I don't know how that's going to work, but I want you to take notes. But just in case you don't get all the notes, I'm going to record it and I'm going to put it on D2L, and that way you can always come back and see what we're talking about. Okay, so let me just look to see what we got here. Oh yeah, I've seen these corporate boards. They're really not very good. But the fact that y'all try to put the outside in, I think is nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this was a three-person project, right then?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've talked to Christine and Madeline about fixing these boards. Mm-hmm. So before Sunday at 3 o'clock, you don't have to have the perspectives fixed or the drawings fixed, but I want to have your board layouts. Okay? And I think even though you've got a lot of stuff, I think we can do this in a 2-board project. Okay? So maybe 3 boards because you all do have a lot, but I want y'all to get that done. Okay? That doesn't mean that we won't be changing some things, but I want to see what you're all thinking. Do you still have the file that's manufactured home?
I do.
Was this really a real client? Or no?
I'm sorry?
Was this really a real client?
No, it wasn't a real client.
Okay. Your Southern Living project, I'm just not crazy about it. Okay. The manufactured living one is kind of interesting. And what is this gathering space and Lucille's kitchen? What is this from?
This is from the Bike Hostel.
Okay. Okay. I think this is interesting, but I don't see the floor plan, or I don't know exactly what you got going on. Okay. So one thing that I'm showing everybody is just kind of, I'm just using PowerPoint to kind of get my point across, but that doesn't mean that I think you should do it in PowerPoint. But you could take these projects that are by hand, and take now this, if you don't have do you still have this board?
I do.
Okay. Then you can even scan it in. Okay. So you can even maybe make this probably can make this a 1-board project. Actually, let me do this. Okay, so this is 34 by 22, which will end up being really big. You know, it's a big board. So one thing that you could do is you can make this, and I know those floor plans are a little bit weird on that Bike Hostel project. But I would encourage you to figure out how to split the board into 2 boards.
Mhm.
And then that way you can maybe like highlight this as one area. Okay. Maybe even more than 2. Maybe you even do 3. I don't know if you have a 3rd space or not. Might be interesting to do. Somehow you're going to have to incorporate the floor plan.
I actually have the files on SketchUp for the perspectives. Do you recommend I keep the hand renderings, or should I make it digital?
Well, you could. It might be interesting. What if you do? I mean, you could have a 3rd. What if you do? I'm just thinking, and you'll have to think about it, but you could do. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and click, and I'm not making any sense right now. You could do something like this. Slow down. What if you do 2 hand, okay, your gathering space and the other space,
Mhm.
and then you do, it may not look good. I mean, like, again, these are always only my ideas. But just trying to visualize what it would look like to do keep the 2 by hand, because again, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have you work smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the whole goal is to get the biggest bang for your buck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to have you take studio and be working on something else. So what if you did something like this, where you have your by hand, the gathering space, something, some sort of annotated thing about the gathering space, some sort of streamlined thing there, and then you have maybe just a view of the floor plan of that area, and then you have some very simple materials there, and then this will be more like white space. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this is just an idea, and then you have to say, well, that didn't work. And then maybe if you do one in SketchUp, then maybe this gets different. Here it doesn't have to be exactly the same. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So, and maybe you don't even show the whole plan. So maybe you show, just this gathering area, floor plan area, and you show just the cafe area, floor plan area, and then you do something else. You can even do a cross section of the building or something if you already have the drawing.
Okay.
Okay. And then now you've created this very interesting board, that's, I don't know what you named it, but and since the sheer nature of the layout feels a little more contemporary, keep it fairly contemporary.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. Are you excited about that?
I am.
Okay, good. All right. Now, let me go back and see. Since that's actually a lot of work, that's what I want you to get done as much as you can for Sunday at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. And then again, it may mean that, just because I got this crazy looking layout, it may end up be that you say, well, this isn't really working, I'm going to try this.
Mm-hmm.
Just try it in the multiple ways. And if you don't have the floor plan finished or you don't have your statements finished, just put placeholders in there. Like I do this all the time where I'm thinking, if I want to just show where my text is going to be and I haven't figured it all out yet, just go and copy and cut some text that you have. And again, I'm showing you in PowerPoint, but I'm not expecting you at all to do this in PowerPoint. You all know, you're all better than I am in your technology pieces. So when I say have it done, I'm meaning have it conceptually done.
Okay.
So that we can look at it and then talk about, oh, well, we need to fix this. And if you need to take this into the transform into but you said you'd have it, but if for some reason the walls aren't completely square, just take it into Photoshop and use that transform button and you can square things up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I don't mind your people. A lot of people are making them cover them up and putting in new people. But if you wanted to cover them up and put in new people, it's really easy to do. You just, in Photoshop, you can actually create a stamp or I'm just show you how to do it. I can almost do it in PowerPoint, which we know isn't like a photo editor, right?
Oh, I think I know what you're about to do.
Yeah, so we just stamp it right over top of it.
Okay.
And then we can put a new one in.
Okay.
Okay. So you can put a computer generated one in. And that's not difficult to do. And you can just take the blur and blur that whole thing out.
Okay.
So again, my job now is to help you all work smarter, not harder. Okay? All right. So before Sunday at 3, you're going to get this done and get your healthcare done.
Okay.
Okay?